ladies. Did you all have a good lunch? Yes. Are you awake? Yes. Excellent. Every woman deserves to live a life of health, happiness, and fulfillment. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
The truth is, it's not always that simple, is it? I'm looking at a room full of healthy, happy, and fulfilled women, but maybe you're looking for something more. Most of us are. But as busy women, things sometimes get in our way. When you take the time to really look at your life, what do you want more of? What would increase your happiness? What would a more fulfilling life look like? In the next few minutes, I will share with you the 4 C's to help you lead a healthier, happier, more fulfilling life, based on a 10-year journey I took to do just that. And hopefully it will take you less time. In 2012, I won first place at a World Bodybuilding Championship. Thank you. Little old 5'1" Grandma Hampshire. That experience helped me get from where I was, a busy mom of 6 kids, without a real idea of who I was, to that accomplishment and beyond. As odd as bodybuilding may sound to some of you, that was a very important day in my life. But my journey to get there wasn't without highs and lows. I wasn't without barriers and fears. As women, as caregivers, we will put everyone else before ourselves. Our children, our spouse, our aging parents, even our pets. We are so busy working, volunteering, driving kids to activities, cooking, cleaning, laundry, shopping. That was definitely me. I spent much of my 20s and 30s raising 6 wonderful kids. This is something I would not trade for anything in the world. My days were definitely filled, and it's not that I wasn't fulfilled, but I wanted something more, where I could just be Carla. Not mom, just Carla. This may sound selfish, but it's okay to want more. There's a point for many of us. As we age, as the kids get older, as we gain a bit more time, where we ask ourselves, what's next? How about you? What does next look like for you? How many of you find this question difficult to answer? You're not alone. Most women I talk to tell me that they are too busy to do those things that deep in their heart they really want to do. And in some cases, they're a bit scared. Whether you have a good idea of what you want more of in your life or no clue at all, the 4 C's I'm about to share will provide you with the guidelines to get you to the next level. I was never meant to be a bodybuilder. In fact, the first time I ever stepped into a gym, I was 36 years old, and it was to buy a gym membership for my husband. It was to be a Christmas gift. Poor guy. I purchased the membership, and then I was offered a tour of the gym, and I thought to myself, oh sure, why not? As the trainer pushed open the double doors that led into the gym, I just stopped. Wow, what is this place? The whirring of a long line of treadmills to my right, the loud clanging of people lifting heavy weights to my left, and this big guy brushed past me with this super intense look on his face. What is this place? In that moment, I had no idea quite what all this was, but I knew I wanted to be here. It was like a bolt of lightning had gone through me. I had such clarity about what Carla wanted. I wanted to lift weights, heavy weights. I wanted to be a bodybuilder. Who knew? That day would forever change the course of my life. I asked the question earlier, what does next look like for you? Clarity, our first C. Why is clarity so important? Clarity gives you purpose. It gives you direction. It helps you move forward. Clarity helps you decide what you need to say yes to. My clarity to be a bodybuilder meant I needed discipline. It helped me say yes to daily training, yes to healthy food, yes to better sleep, and no to all those other excuses. Sometimes clarity finds you and hits you like a bolt of lightning, but sometimes you may need help to find your clarity. Oprah says, "When you don't know what to do, my best advice is to do nothing until clarity comes." Getting still, being able to hear your own voice and not the voices of the world quickens clarity. So let's get still for a moment. In order to find clarity, we have to ask ourselves some questions. We have to try new things, and we have to explore the possibilities for our life. Here are 3 questions we can ask ourselves. What do I like to do? Think of hobbies, interests, things you like to do in your spare time. What am I good at? Think of talents, past accomplishments, job skills. And what am I curious about? What are some things you've always wanted to try? Maybe things that will take you out of your comfort zone. It's a process. It's about giving yourself permission to explore the possibilities, to find your spark, that thing that hits you like a bolt of lightning. I was crystal clear about bodybuilding. I started reading everything there was to read on nutrition and bodybuilding. I wanted to know what bodybuilders did, how they trained, what they ate, how they thought. I wanted to learn more about competition, everything. I lived and breathed bodybuilding. I was exploring the possibility of doing this myself one day, of competing. But fear, yes, fear held me back for 10 long years. I was building my muscles in the gym, except for the one I needed the most, my courage muscle. I believe that strong desire has the power to override fear. And that's exactly what happened to me. After 10 long years, my passion for the sport had finally become stronger than my fear. And at age 46, I jumped into the sport of competitive bodybuilding with only 12 weeks to prepare for competition. 12 weeks. I had just stepped into my courage. We may have clarity, but that doesn't always mean that we have the courage to go after our goals. Change takes courage. Change takes time and energy. Change affects the people around us. And sometimes, as women, we feel guilty. I remember telling my trainer that I was feeling guilty about spending 2 hours at the gym every day. He said something that still resonates with me. By taking time for yourself, you will have more to give to your kids and your husband. He was right. Having the courage to undertake this journey was the beginning of finding Carla, of being more, of having more to give. Here are 3 tips to help us embrace courage. Banish the "I can't" mentality. I still remember the first and the last time I ever said "I can't" in front of my trainer. He stopped me and said, "I can't is a bad word. Never say it again." Once we speak those words, our body and mind stop trying. We shut out all possibilities. So let's replace "I can't" with "Yes, I can." Say it with me. Yes, I can. Louder. Yes, I can. And you will. I believe in you. Don't be afraid of discomfort. Every year I give myself a quote to help me stay motivated and focused on my goals. This year my quote is, "There is no growth in the comfort zone. There is no comfort in the growth zone." Discomfort is part of every change process. I want to share a cute little riddle with you. 5 little frogs sat on the log. 3 frogs decided to jump off. How many frogs are left on the log? Well, you might say, well, 2 are left on the log. 5. In fact, all 5 frogs are still on the log because the 3 frogs just decided to jump off. Remember, deciding is not enough. We have to take some action. And sometimes that action will take you out of your comfort zone. But be fearless. Say no to excuses. For me, I absolutely had to do this. The training, the eating, the sleeping, all of it. I had to say no to skipping the gym. I had to say no to junk food. I had to say no to late nights. Were there times when I was too tired to go to the gym? When I didn't want to look at another chicken breast and broccoli dinner? Yeah. When I wanted to stay up late to watch a movie with my husband? Absolutely. But I had a very big, or should I say, a very tiny motivation. Thank you. This is what I would be wearing at competition in 12 short weeks. For me, no excuses took on a whole new life. If you will look at your life, summon your courage and identify those things that you need to say no to, this is your reward. Life shrinks or expands in proportion to one's courage. Once you succeed at saying no to these things, when you stop making excuses, your life expands. It's a demonstration of courage and shows your commitment to what you want to achieve. Commitment. Courage is that nudge you need to start going, and commitment is what keeps you going. As women, we are not incapable of commitment. We commit to stuff all the time. In my life, I'm committed to my marriage, my children, my business, my health, my faith. Nobody in this room has never experienced commitment. Recognize that. Here are 3 tips to help us stay committed. Create a deadline. When women tell me about their goals and their dreams, I often encourage them to put a big red X on their calendar. What do you want to accomplish? And by when? Maybe you want to run a race, take a trip, start your own business, take an art class, or go back to school. Whatever it is that you want to do, remember the important thing and give yourself a deadline. That tiny posing suit and wearing it on June 9th, 2007 was my deadline. Don't fear accountability. At the beginning of every year, many of us make New Year's resolutions, often in private, right? Never announcing it to the world. And then you know what happens? We usually don't follow through. It's far easier to fail in private. But accountability will increase your likelihood of success. So find a supportive person or group of people who understand what it is you're trying to do. And they'll hold you accountable and be your cheerleader. I wouldn't have achieved what I did without the support of my bodybuilding coach and without my family backing me all the way. Number 3, create visuals. What will success look like for you? I created a vision board. I looked through all my bodybuilding magazines and cut out pictures of fit women and in every picture, I cut off their heads. I needed to see myself in those pictures. Then I looked for powerful words and plaster them all over this vision board. Fierce, fit, winner, strong, superwoman. I looked at my vision board every day leading up to my last competition in 2012. Did my vision board help me win? It certainly was part of the motivation that kept me going. So whether it's a vision board, a single image on your fridge, or some other reminder, keeping your goal constantly in mind will help you stay committed to realizing it. A vision is not just a picture of what could be. It is an appeal to our better selves, a call to become something more. Confidence, our fourth and final C. Once we have clarity and embrace courage and stay committed, confidence is our reward. We gain that confidence in our journey and we have it for a lifetime. This is what the gift of confidence will give us. Zero fear. We will be able to meet future goals and obstacles with less fear, or as they say, feel the fear, but do it anyways. I still remember the morning of my very first competition. Whew, it was scary. Here I was standing on a competitive bodybuilding stage in front of a panel of judges wearing next to nothing and facing a large audience of family and friends, but mostly strangers. And the stage lights were so bright that I couldn't see anything. I just heard the voice of the head judge calling out the mandatory poses we were to present to the judges. Front double biceps, came the loud voice. I looked to my right and to my left to see what the other girls were doing, just to make sure I was doing it correctly, and I posed for the judges. Front lat spread, came the voice again, and once again I posed for the judges. This was all very daunting for a first-timer. But as I stood off stage waiting for the evening portion of competition to begin, I was so excited. After 10 long years, I'd finally achieved my goal. I was a bodybuilder. I could finally say that. I was a bodybuilder. That always makes me emotional. Thank you. Thank you. I remember telling myself that if I could do this, I could do anything. And I made a commitment that from here on in, I would live a life of zero fear. I had just found my confidence. Courage to keep going. Once you succeed, once you experience success, it will give you the courage to keep going, to try new things, to reach for bigger goals. One of my bigger goals was to write a book. It gave me the courage to go back to school, to keep learning. I finished my university degree and I became a holistic nutritionist. I wanted to have the education to add to my life experience and finally bring my book to life. Healthy Body for Life, a guide for women over 40. Come visit me at my booth. Thank you. Thank you. Do come visit me at my booth and have a look through the book and find out how you can live a healthier, happier, more fulfilling life at any age. At any age. Confidence carryover. Once you have it, that gift of confidence will carry over into every part of your life. A trainer once said to me, "Hey, Carla, I noticed something. You used to walk around here with your head held down all the time, but not anymore." Without realizing it, I was showing up differently in life. I was standing taller. I was more certain of who I was and what I was capable of. I love this quote. "The most beautiful thing a woman can wear is confidence. I finally felt that. This is me at age 50. Thank you. I was healthy. I was happy. I was fulfilled. I often wonder if I hadn't found bodybuilding, would I still be happy? Yes. Would my family still love me? Yes. Would I feel fulfilled? I don't know for sure. But what I do know for sure is that bodybuilding gave me a sense of who Carla was and what I wanted, separate from everyone else. And I felt like I honored that part of me. I want to share a poem I wrote when I was struggling to believe in myself. A dream. Deep in your soul there is a dream. Hold it dear, in high esteem. Some will say it is impossible. You must believe, create the possible. When your heart beats with strong desire, you travel far but never tire. The road seems hard, but you will see. Your dream unfolds. You were born to be. There will be trials that you must face with every mile of this uphill race. May you be blessed with courage strong and faith to last your journey long. Thank you. If this is day one of your fearless journey, imagine for a moment where you want to be 3 months from now, 6 months from now, and honor that part of you that craves better health, happiness, and fulfillment. Thank you.